Hey guys, what's up? We have a new ban list and we have Branded Fusion back to 2. I've been so stoked to start playing Branded again, and now we have a little bit of a push that we need. And on top of that, I've been playing DRACOTAIL anyway, so hey, let me try to throw together a Branded DRACOTAIL list. Now that we have 2 Branded Fusion, this is my first take at it. With 2 Branded Fusion, we have 2 more DRACOTAIL starters, 2 more ways to fuse, in addition to our Rahu and Ketu and Fiendsmith and Malulu that we already have. We don't care about locking ourselves in the fusion in the DRACOTAIL deck, and we have a couple of like combos to get our DRACOTAIL plays going with the Branded Fusion as a starter. So let's go through this deck list, main and extra, and then we'll talk a little bit about the synergies between Branded and DRACOTAIL that might move up into competitive playability in the coming format. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. We have a 42 card main right now. This is not obviously refined, but there's a couple cards we might cut later on, but let's go ahead and see what we can do. So we're going to just start with the DRACOTAIL cards right now, and the DRACOTAIL lineup is going to be kind of the same that we've been seeing for a long time, or that we've seen basically since DRACOTAIL has been out. So we have triple Lucius, triple Fiendsmith, and triple Malulu. So now Malulu is kind of important because this is our bridge between Draco and Branded. We're going to have this Dark Dragon involved. So this is going to be like our dragon, or our Branded Fusion target to send down a Dark monster. So that's going to be kind of nice. And then we're just going to drop down to 1 Pan, 1 Urgula. Now that we have a little bit more access to these kind of cards, we're going to have to, or we're going to cut down on this to make space. But if you said, hey, I want to add a second Pan, that'd be totally fine with me. Go ahead and do that. Maybe that's what I'll end up doing anyways. So, yeah, now we're on to the spell cards. We're still going to play the triple Ketu, triple Rahu. These cards are just too good not to play at 3. But there is a world where you might cut this down. Now that we have more fusion access without these cards, and these cards are so searchable, there might be a world where you cut down to 2 of, like, Ketu. Or 2 Rahu even, but probably 2 Ketu because it's not a fusion spell when you go first, and you need fusion spells when you go first. So, but it is very good at breaking boards going second. So we'll see if we drop Ketu down to 2 or not going forward. But for now, we're going to start off trying to play the full DRACOTAIL lineup. Okay, so let me scoop these guys up, and now let's get into the fun part, which is the Branded section of the deck that we've been waiting for. So I'm not sure on these ratios, but how I came up with them is kind of a similar ratio to how Shadal plays. And you might see like Shadal Beast, Shadal Hedgehog, and Shadal Squamata all being played in a DRACOTAIL deck for the Shadal package. But for this version, I'm going to play a similar concept. I'm just going to be playing 1 Alubur because we have so many normal summons, but Alubur is searchable. We're going to play 1 Dramaturge as well, and then we're going to be playing double Despian Tragedy. So basically what we want to do is fuse away this Tragedy from our hand, and then we're going to search either an Alubur if we have a normal summon available, or a Dramaturge if we don't, and that way we have more monsters in our hand to use as material for our DRACOTAIL plays, but also we have access to Branded Fusion if we want via Alubur. And then of course we're going to be playing triple Blazing Cartesia. We just need more ways to fuse, and now we might actually be able to special summon Cartesia because we have Fallen of Albaz also in our deck. We're going to be playing 2 copies of that. Having Albaz as just like a plain old fusion material is going to be kind of clutch, and I don't mind playing 2 of it. But this is my monster package for the Branded engine, and then we're also going to be playing double Branded Fusion and then double Triple Tactics Thrust. So this is another reason why I might want to cut down on the DRACOTAIL spell card names, is because we're going to have even more access to them. Like if we go normal summon Alubur or normal summon Lucius and we get hit with Valor or Ash or whatever, we can at least now thrust into the other engine's fusion spell. So that's why I want to play Thrust in this particular list, and I think it could be a lot of fun. And that wraps up the Branded package in the main deck. I'm not playing like a whole bunch of targets to dump with Branded Fusion, like Lubellion and Saronir and, you know, Ad Libitum or even Edo or whatever else lock you want to do. We're not playing that in this build, just because if we activate Branded Fusion, we're going to be sending Albaz plus DRACOTAIL Malulu or DRACOTAIL Pan almost every time, just to get us into our DRACOTAIL side of the package, right? We're using Branded Fusion as a starter for DRACOTAIL or as an extender for DRACOTAIL, but not really as its own like separate engine. We're not playing all the bricks, all that branded stuff we don't want to play. For our hand traps now, we're just playing the high impacts in the main deck. Triple Perulia, triple Fualos, triple Nibiru, and then I'm playing one copy of Magnamut now that we have some more options for dragons to search. With Albaz, I feel like Magnamut is a playable hand trap. So we're going to be playing 10 hand traps here. We'll see how these change with the meta. We'll see if Perulia is still worth it. If like Vanquish Soul is even around anymore, maybe Perulia gets cut for like Meowls, or maybe it gets cut just for Ash Blossom, which is totally reasonable. But if not, we're gonna roll with like, or maybe even like Phantasmate goes here. That could be actually a pretty solid option. Let's swap that out right here. Like as you can kind of tell, I'm building this a little bit on the fly. So maybe Phantasmate goes in the main if we expect to see a ton of Yummy. But like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe even just Ash. And like, who's gonna argue against playing a whole bunch of Ash Blossoms, right? Ash is just like the most generic hand trap. We'll just throw Ash in the main for now. But yeah, we're playing 10 hand traps is basically what I'm trying to get to. So yeah, this is like a 42 card build, I believe. It was 40, and then I added the 2 thrust, just because I felt like it would be worthwhile. So we're gonna go ahead and play those cards here. And another sweet thing is, like, if you could just set up Mirror Jade, it checks K9 completely. And K9 is one of your biggest, like, disadvantages of playing the DRACOTAIL deck. But if you just set up Mirror Jade and then start playing your DRACOTAIL package, you're so in there, dude. So yeah, here's our extra deck. We're playing for the DRACOTAIL side, triple Arthalion still, double Gulamel still. Like, we're still going all in on fusion summoning, and then we have Secretariat and Mysterion. Mysterion's kind of a tech, like, you don't have to play this card. I feel like it doesn't come up always, but it's still pretty good. And now for our branded side of things, we're playing double Mirror Jade. You know, we're playing 2 branded fusions, so we can make 2 Mirror Jades in theory, right? But also sometimes we're going to add back our Albaz with Arthalion, or like add it back with Magnamut. And we want always to have a Mirror Jade in the extra for us to, if we need to, normal summon Albaz, use effect. Because, you know, that could be a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and use that, or play double Mirror Jade there. We're going to play 1 Titaniclad. Another sweet thing about this package is that now we have an out to, what's it called? To Liger Dancer. We just make Titaniclad, sending Nibiru, and we have 3,900 attack or whatever. So now we have enough attack to beat the Liger Dancer. That's pretty clutch. We have Albion, Lubellion, our standard. We're playing 1 Sprint as well. Now the deck has an out to Retaliating Sea. Retaliating Sea is such a pain in this deck, and Contact Sea for that matter. So this outs, we can use Contact Sea as material if we have Branded Fusion, and then we can destroy the Retaliating Sea with Sprint. So Sprint is going to be a super clutch addition to this extra deck. And then the final 2 cards are just going to be Seal and Spirit Advisor Blue. We're not always going to see Branded Package. We're not always going to open Aliber or Branded Fusion or whatever. So we still want to have our best going first play, which is Heretic Seal, available to us. So I'm still going to be playing these 2 Link monsters in the extra deck. We're still, you know, we're not playing Branded Opening because I really don't want to discard cards. The last thing you want to do in DRACOTAIL, in my opinion, is discard cards. And then if we discard and then normal summon Aliber and we get hit with Imperm or Ash or whatever, it's even worse. Because we can't really do anything with that Aliber. It doesn't work as DRACOTAIL material while it's on the field. So, like, we want to minimize normal summoning Aliber as much as possible. Only when we have already other ways to play, do we want to be doing that. So, yeah, we're only playing kind of a minimal branded package, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it opens up a ton of opportunities with Sprint, Titaniclad to out a lot of the problems that this deck has had in the past. We're at a clean 42. If you try to add those other packages, there's somewhere you got to cut, and I'm not sure where that is right now. But yeah, we're going to be playing these cards. Let me know what you guys think of this list in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're excited to play Branded in the coming format with 2 Branded Fusion coming back out. I know it's just a 1-card change, but it feels so good to have double your chances to open Branded Fusion than you did before. So, alright, let's go through a quick combo with what you can do with a Branded Fusion in DRACOTAIL. let's say it's our only starter, we have just a handful of hand traps and Branded Fusion. So let's go ahead and activate that Branded Fusion. We're going to send down our Fallen of Albaz, and then we're also going to send down a copy of Malulu. This is going to get so much better when we get Frixel in Doom of Dimensions, because it's a light attribute monster, and it feels much better to go into light attributes than it does to go into dark. So yeah, we have the Albaz plus Malulu, and that's going to make us our Lubellion here. Whoops, wrong extra deck. Here we go. It's going to make us our Lubellion. And then we can go Lubellion Chainlink 1. Let's pitch a Nibiru, whatever, and then we can go Malulu Chainlink 2 to set us a copy of whatever DRACOTAIL trap or spell that we want. We're going to go ahead and go for the Ketu here, I think, just because we haven't used our normal summon. So let's go ahead and set Ketu. I'll leave it face up for now. And then Lubellion can resolve. We're going to shuffle back our Fallen of Albaz plus Lubellion to make our Mirror Jade. And the nice thing is here, like I mentioned in the deck profile, is that now we can check the K9 cards completely. Like if they try to go Izuna, send Lupus, Lupus summon back, Lupus effect to exceed. Alright, Chain, Mirror Jade, we'll talk to you later, okay? Now we can activate our Ketu here. We're going to go ahead and add our copy of, what's it called? Our Lucius. And then we can go ahead and normal summon Lucius and use effect. We're going to search our copy of Fimena. Here we go, and now we can activate our Fimena in hand to fuse. We're going to fuse away Lucius. Plus, let's see, we want to use probably 2 cards in hand here. So we're going to go ahead and use Nib, Afua, and then the Lucius off board to summon out our Arthalion here. Honestly, you could probably use the Nib too, but let's leave the Nib for you know, a good interruption in our hand. Now we can go Arthalion Chainlink 1, targeting 2 cards from our graveyard. We're going to target that Fimena, and then we're also going to target the, probably go for the Malulu. And then we can go ahead and use the Lucius effect to set another spell or trap from our deck. And from here we can set our Rahu, okay? Now with that Rahu, we can activate it. Here's our hand. We have Nib, Fimena, and Malulu. We're going to activate the Rahu. We're going to dump down the copy of Urgula. And we're going to use the Fimena from our hand. And now we can summon out our copy of Gulamel. However, we do have to note, actually no, we're not going to be playing into Nibiru here, because this will only be 4 summons, and that's what we're going to stop at. We'll summon out the Gulamel here. We're going to use Urgula and Fimena effects to set, and we're going to set the 2 trap cards. Horn and Flame. And there we go. And now we can use Urgula effect, put itself back to the bottom of the deck to add our Fimena back to hand. And there we go. So we have a Mirror Jade here. We have Gulamel, Arthalion, double DRACOTAIL trap with Fimena in hand, and whatever hand trap we have or we want to add back or we have remaining. So yeah, that's going to be our basic branded DRACOTAIL combo with Branded Fusion and nothing else. Like, look at the potential that we have here. We got everything we wanted from a DRACOTAIL combo. So this is going to be really clutch. I'm really excited to play this build. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, check out my affiliate links, all of the usual. And with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.